Welcome back to the channel. So, as a Canadian firearm noob, and if you haven't had experience into starter guns, there's a lot of options for you out there. A lot of people are going to tell you that the best thing you can do starting off is to get something in the lower caliber. So you've just got your PAL and you're wondering what to get out there. It's a big world. There's a lot of choices even here in Canada. You can go with a lot of nice low recoil options. You can go with the SKS. You can go with all sorts of very affordable options. But there is one thing that's in common with a lot of these options, that even though the rifle itself will be affordable, and you can still find some SKSs out there, especially the Chinese ones, for about $400 or $500 if you know where to look and if you bide your time. But there's another option out there that's actually quite enjoyable for starters, especially if you have a spouse or you want to get your children in it with you. You might want to look at an option that's low recoil, cheap ammo. You can shoot this stuff for days and have a lot of fun with it. And in the firearm market, this is a caliber, this is a type of firearm which is gaining a lot of popularity because it makes the hobby fun, makes it affordable, and most importantly, it really puts you in a place where you can have other people around you come into it in a really nice environment and low recoil is a big part of it. Now, I have a lot of stuff in 30-06. I mean, since I got my PAL, I got some interesting pieces. I have a Benelli Lupo in 308. I have a Remington 700 with detachable mag from the mid-90s in 308. I mean, that's in 30-06. So the Benelli is in 308. The Remington 700 is in 30-06. I got something in 6.5 by 55, a Swedish Mauser, a Swedish rifle, which is very nice and very low recoil. Those Milsurp bolt action rifles are a lot of fun, but underrated are rifles in 22LR because a lot of the time they're light, they're very cool, and we're going to talk about one that's come into the market now, that's been around for a while, and that's actually getting a lot of praise for what it is. So I'm going to show you guys the GsG16 today. I'm going to show you the gun. I'm going to show you what the ammo looks like in comparison to other ammo. So I'm going to step off frame to get the ammo because I have everything secured properly. I don't want to have everything all together, just to show you guys that we still care about safety. We want to make sure that everything is in a place where it is secure. I have a family, so I want to make sure they're safe, and that's a big part of it. Remember that a big part of firearm ownership here in Canada is about keeping things properly maintained, keeping them safe, keeping them in the right place, and we're responsible with our guns. So I'm going to show you the GsG16. So here it is. So obviously I've had it checked. I checked everything to make sure that there's nothing inside, everything is clear, everything is good, safety is on, and we're looking at the GsG16 right now. So what is the GsG16? So you might look at this and wonder, what the hell is this thing? How can this thing be legal here in Canada? It looks like, it looks like a little submachine gun. And it is because it was designed by a company that actually makes a lot of these airsoft guns. So GsG does a fair bit of airsoft stuff. It's a lot of fun. And what we're going to do is show you around the gun, show you around the type of ammo it uses. Look how tiny this thing is. This is incredibly small. And because it's incredibly small and has a very small amount of powder inside, a very small grain bullet, this, has almost no recoil to it. It's a lot of fun to shoot. So if you go at the gun range, you're going to enjoy this stuff a lot. So let's talk. So we've seen the bullet now, we see what it looks like, but let's talk about this thing over here. So first of all, GsG, like I said, makes a lot of airsoft stuff, so they know how to make things look, for people who like to role play, it looks like an MP5 submachine gun, but obviously it's not. And this over here is not a silencer, it's just there to cover the barrel to give it a cool look. But a lot of this rifle is also made of polymer, so plastic, but it's a really tough quality one not a lot of rattles, not a lot of goes, and a lot of the reputation of this thing early on, in its adoption when it came out on the market, was that it was a flimsy firearm. And flimsy is a funny way to put it because the GsG16 in many ways is not flimsy. I've put so far around 500 rounds to it. As long as you stick to quality stuff like CCI, you won't have any problems with it. It's very simple, very easy to operate. And I haven't had a single jam so far. The way it works, put in your mag. There's a place in the back where you can keep some extra mags. And you just basically, cock it over here and it'll bring the bolt forward. And that's it. It's just click, 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 and enjoy your day. So that's how it works. That's what this thing is. I strongly encourage you, if you want to get into 22LR, to try on one of these things for plinking, for a hobbyist, for small game. It's a lot of fun, I'm sure. I've been told, and that's what I've been reading as well. I've just got it, so I took it to the range and took it through its paces. I was very impressed by it. And I want to encourage you to check this thing out. It's really a lot of fun, and it's worth giving it a shot. So another thing that I'd like to mention here is people ask me a lot about, well, 22LR is a small round, and why not have the conversation about the 22LR while I'm at it? Because it is a round that people have a lot of questions about and want to know about its lethality. So right now, I'm going to step off screen and get you one of the rounds that I use, for example, on some of my other firearms, and we'll discuss the difference. Okay, so you're gonna give me a few seconds. I'm going to go unlock it. I'm gonna put back this magazine and get the other one to show you guys the difference. So let's have a look. So, yeah, sorry about that. I think I got some coffee on me. Well, I'm putting on the Ritz today. What can I say? So, this is PMC ammunition cartridges, which are made in Texas. PMC bronze, which are on the affordable side of what you can get in a 308 Winchester. And this is a bullet a cartridge that you will use in modern hunting rifles. It's a very popular bullet. Military uses it too on some sniper rounds throughout history, and gives you an idea of the amount of powder this thing contains, and the size, the grain of the bullet size is pretty significant. I think in this case what we have is a 308 Winchester in 147 grain. So just look at the size of this thing, whereas this whole 22LR, almost size-wise, barely comes over just the head of the bullet of this cartridge. And that's how small 22LR is. I mean, just imagine how small this thing is. And that's a good thing, like I said, because you can have a lot of fun with these. They're very easygoing, easy to use. They don't give as much recoil as a 308, although with the Lupo, the recoil is reduced in a lot of ways. That's a great rifle that I strongly suggest if you're going to go for a higher end entry-level rifle. You can't do, I don't think you can do better than the Lupo, although I'll tell you that the Remington is incredibly smooth. I know a lot of people mock these old Remington 700 rifles as stuff that your grandfather or your uncle would have, but give the Remington 700 a chance. It's a wonderful rifle, and you're going to see that when it comes to 22LR, there's a lot of choice out there. There's a lot of types of bullets. There's a lot of selection, whether you want to go with a high velocity round or not. But I strongly encourage you to check it out because so far so good with the GsG16. I've had a lot of fun with it, and I highly recommend it. Some people will give it a bad rep because of the historicity of its predecessor, and it's it was known to jam and have issues. But I can tell you that on my end, I have nothing but compliments for that rifle. It's been immensely reliable so far. Like everything, it requires maintenance, but if you put in the time, you put in the work, you'll get something great out of it. So thank you for listening. Please like, please subscribe. I'm going to try to post a lot of this stuff a little bit more often. I'm going to post a video associated to this of me shooting the GsG16, and thanks for tuning in. Have a wonderful day.